Hey, what's up guys? I'm Brando with Brando Sports World here, and today I'm going to talk about our Nebraska Cornhuskers and how their fall camp for week 3 has been going. So today they had a presser, and Matt Rhule had came out and said some really great things, and I wanted to give us a quick update on some of the things he was talking about. Overall, the team has been very healthy. They're ready to go for week 1, and there's only been a couple minor injuries that have been nagging some players. First off, it was Marcus Washington. He had an injury early on in fall camp, and he's kind of had that lingering just a little bit. So he's still expected to be ready to go for week 1, but only time will tell if he's going to be ready to go. Teddy Prohaska has also been a guy that's been injury prone over the years, and this year's been no different. He actually got dinged up early on in fall camp as well, and that injury has been lingering a little bit, but he's still on the up and going, and they are saying that he is more than likely to be ready to go for week 1, and if not, he will definitely be ready for week 2. And I can tell you what, we definitely need him on the offensive line, and we're going to need that depth. One other interesting thing is that the procedural issues that they had in week 2 have actually started to completely go away, and we're hoping to continue that streak heading into week number 1 as well. The defense is performing very well, guys. I can't even stress enough how much he was reiterating that this is a very strong, physical, tough defense, and they tackle well. And Lord knows that our issue was tackling for several games last year. And I'm not going to pinpoint any specific player, but some of the linebackers could just not wrap up. They'd hit you hard, but they weren't holding on and taking the tackle. One other great thing to hear about, though, is that they have had a lot of negative plays happen. So they've been hitting they've been hitting the quarterbacks or running backs or receivers in the backfield. So if we can get plenty of plays where we're dropping them for a loss, that's only going to bode well for our defense in the future. One other positive coming from the offensive side of the ball is that Nebraska's offense is actually holding sustained drives for long periods of time. And if we're going to do well in the late months of October and all throughout November in the Big Ten, we're going to certainly need to do well and continue to keep defenses on the field as long as possible. I'm super excited to say, though, that he said he is very happy with where the team's at in week 3 of fall camp, and I think only good things are going to be happening in week 4. Some other interesting nuggets regarding quarterback Jeff Sims. Matt Rhule said he was aware that the Big Ten analysts had came into Lincoln, and one thing that they made note of was that Jeff Sims was having issues last year at Georgia Tech holding on to the ball. Matt Rhule said that he was completely surprised by that and would never know it just looking at the guy. And so far in fall camp, he's held onto the ball very well, and if he can continue to do that, then only good things are going to come from it. Since we're on the topic of quarterbacks, I thought it was really cool that he had made note that there's a 2A quarterback and a 2B quarterback. That's right. Chubba Purdy and Heinrich Haarberg both have great assets that he believes will get used throughout the season this year if they're needed. So if Jeff Sims doesn't get injured, it's more than likely that each one of them quarterbacks will come in based on their skill set and based on who they're playing as well. Something cool also that I heard was that Gabe Ervin is more than likely to be the starting running back. One other interesting nugget that Matt Rhule did say about Gabe Ervin is that he's been impressed with him since the very first day that he got here. He said he looks the part, he said he was big, he is physical, and he looked very tough. And so far, he's proven to be all those things. One other quick note on the defensive side of the ball. Cameron Linhart, though he didn't say much about it, he talked more about his past and where he'd been from and that type of thing. He said that he's going to play a lot of football down here at Nebraska, and I can only assume that that means that he thinks his ceiling is extremely high. He did quite well in the spring game, and we're hoping that that actually comes to fruition throughout the rest of this fall camp, and we hope that he ends up being that stud that we need down the road, and I think he could be. The guy definitely looks the part, and let's hope that he is, because we could definitely use someone really good on the defensive line this year. I thought it was really cool. He had also said that the depth chart will be released this very week. Now everyone's wondering, when will the black shirts be handed out? And that question was asked today. Matt actually responded and gave us an answer. He said that they will be handed out the very week that game prep starts. I'm very excited to find out who actually gets a black shirt this year, and I'm hoping that they are very well earned, and I think they will be this year. Early reports are that this defense is swarming. They come at different angles, and you never know where they're going to be coming from. Though they will get gashed from time to time, you can rest assured that this defense will make plays in the backfield. One last interesting nugget that I'll give you guys is that Matt said he is going to be picking captains here soon. One thing about it, though, is that he's going to pick captains not on a one-time basis where you're captain the entire season, but he's going to pick captains on a week-to-week basis. So if you earn it that week, there's a chance that you're going to be picked as captain. And he has carried over that tradition since he was actually picked as a captain for Penn State. He noted as well that he was not a good player while he was at Penn State. Evidently, he was good enough to earn it one time, and he's consistently carried that tradition everywhere he's been since his playing days, up at Penn State. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video today. Please like it. Definitely subscribe to the channel. I'm a big Nebraska Cornhuskers fan, and they're my favorite team. I live in Nebraska, and I bleed Cornhusker red, and I know you do too. So guys, thank you so much again for watching the videos, and I can't wait to see you on the next ones. Go Big Red!